Assalamu alaikum and welcome to lecture number 6. In this lecture, we'll talk about the loop in Python. In the previous lectures, we learned about comparison operator, logical operators, and conditional statements, that is if, else, elif, etc. And also important concept of indentation. Indentation means moving a code a little to the right to show it belongs to something. So today we will learn the for loop. To use for loop for to use the for loop for counting, we will use one important built-in function that is called the range function. The range function gives the number to the loop, and the loop runs once for each number. We will use print to see the output on the screen. Loops are used when we want to repeat some work over and over again. So in real life, if we want to print numbers from 1 to 10, we use loop, or similarly, we want to use the student's marks, we can use the loop, or if we want to print table of something, say 5, or if you want to repeat a message 5 times, that is, for example, math class, math class, math class, and so on. So instead of writing the same code over and over again, we use the loop. There are two types of loops in the Python, that are for loop and while loop. So in this lecture, we will learn for loop, while in the next class, we will learn while loop. So for loop is used when we know in advance how many times we want to repeat. Now, the syntax of the for loop is for, you understand, for is the keyword. So you see that it is different in color than the other coding. Similarly, in is also the keyword. So for I in range, so we use the range function. In range function, the first argument is the start, the second argument is the stop, and the third argument is the increment. So let's straight away start with the example. So for example, we want to print numbers from 1 to 5. So we will use the for, then for I in, you can use any variable, right? So for I in range, for example, 0, and then we are going up to 5, so we will use 6 because the last number is skipped, so it should be 0 to 6, then it will print 1 to 5. Okay, sorry, here we have 1. So it will start with 1 and move up to n minus 1. So this is because we want to print up to 6, so we'll use we want to print up to 5, so we'll use 6. So that is 6 minus 1, it will go up to 6 minus 1. Whereas this third argument is optional, because if you don't need use it, the default value is 1. So it's up to you whether you want to use it or you don't want to use it. Important thing is that we have a colon here. So this colon basically means that there is a block of code. Okay, so because we are just printing it, so I'll write the print and then I write I. So hopefully it is clear that indentation is important in the Python. So it's like you can say that this is like brackets in mathematics, which tells the Python that this line belongs to this for. Okay, similarly, we had the similar experience with if statements. So also in the if statement, in for statements, and while statement, we'll talk on and off about this one, but you should know that if I start, for example, if I start it from here, then it means this print command does not belong to this for. So I should either press a tab or 4 spaces so that the indentation, this indentation means shifting to the right, and it means that these line belongs to this for loop. So let's run it and we see we have the output which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so for example, in the second example, uh, we want to print the square of number from 1 to 5. So again, for it's up to you, right? For example, I write for B in range, for example, 1, 6. Okay, again colon. So and I want to, because we need this print print of the square, so I'll just write print and then I write b square. So you understand b square can be like b double steric 2, okay, or you can also write it like b multiplied by b. So this is the square of the 1 to 5. So square of 1 is 1, 2 is 4, 9, 16, and 25, which is square of 5. So for example, we want to print the table of 5 up to 40. So I can say for I in range, for example, 5 to, for example, 41, because n minus 1, and then I include the increment. So I put 5 here. So if I run this one, it will, okay, oh, sorry, I forgot to write the colon here. So this, and then I say print I. Okay, so you understand you need colon both if you're using conditional statements or if you're using the loop statement. Okay, so basically this colon means the block of code. It says that there will be a block of code here. So block of code can be just a single line, or it can be multiple lines. And indentation, again, you understand shifting, because this line you see is shifted to the right. It means that the statements written here, okay, slightly shifted and written here, belongs to this for. So this is the table of the 5. So you see 5 up to 40. So I think we end here. So the practice problems are: write a program that takes a number from the user and prints its table using a for loop. So example, if user enters 3, print should be 3, 6, 9, 12 up to 30. The second practice problem is write a program that prints even numbers from 1 to 20 using for loops. Okay, so this is the again small example, but I will just skip it. So we end the lecture here, and the important points are: a loop repeats a code automatically, while loop depends on the condition that we will discuss in the next lecture. In the current lecture, we talked about the for loop, and it is usually used with range functions. So you understand a range function is the built-in function. So to use range function, we will write its name, all small letters, then in parentheses. The first argument is the starting point, the second argument is the stop point, and the third argument is increment. And you also understand from the previous lecture, we are using indentation. So indentation, that is spaces, is very important in Python. So to summarize the lecture, loops are used to repeat code. For loop runs for a fixed number of times. We use these built-in functions in this but a lecture print, so you understand print basically means show the output. Similarly, we can take input from the user. So for that, we use the input function. And also we can take the int, because when you take the input from the user function, you the input gives the string. So, okay, so that string must be converted into int. Although you didn't use the int function in this lecture, we have previously used it, but I gave you here because the examples are the homework you're supposed to do there, you will have to use. So here, write a program that takes a number from the user. So in this case, you will use both input function and the int function. The input function will give you the number, but it is in a string format. So int will convert it into an integer format. So we have used the range function in all these examples. So you understand range function has the format start, stop, and increment. So that's all from my side. See you in the next lecture. Remember that these codes and the coding examples will be provided in the GitHub link. So that's all from today. Goodbye.